Welcome to the Norfolk Historical Society's virtual walking tour of historic downtown Simcoe. In this episode, I'm going to introduce you to one of Simcoe's most famous visitors and one of its most infamous crimes. I'm here in beautiful Linwood Park, which was once part of the estate of Duncan Campbell, one of Simcoe's most illustrious 19th century citizens. This park was donated to the town of Simcoe by Duncan's son Lorne, himself a prominent businessman and a former president of the Toronto Stock Exchange. He donated this land to the public on Victoria Day 1902 on one condition: the park could never be built on for commercial purposes. In fact, beyond the picket fence that separated the Campbell estate from this park, Lorne said no tree was to be cut and no brush was to be cleared. In that way, the land resembled very much the property that John Graves Simcoe camped on in 1795 when he and his men stayed in what would become the town that bore his name. Today, Linwood Park is a popular spot for dog walkers, picnickers, and community events. But it was also the site of one of Norfolk's most notorious crimes. It was December 1903. The people of Simcoe should have been getting ready for Christmas, but the town was abuzz with speculation over who was behind a recent string of thefts and arson. One rumor, almost too fantastic to be believed, lay the blame at the foot of the police chief, Archie Malone, and his deputy, William Wilkins. Well, the rumors were true, and Archie Malone was feeling the heat. So one night, he lured Wilkins here to the park, ostensibly to take care of some troublesome teenagers. But instead, the chief fired 5 slugs into his partner, including one to the head, and left him for dead. Miraculously, Wilkins survived. He dragged himself across the street, collapsing in a heap near the Sovereign House, a handsome Victorian home on Norfolk Street. Some shocked passersby found him and quickly rushed him back to the Linwood Sanitarium, the former home of Duncan Campbell. There, before passing out from the pain, Wilkins exposed his partner, Chief Malone, as a thief and would-be murderer. Malone was promptly arrested, put before the court, and thrown into prison. The prosecutors decided not to put Wilkins to trial. Maybe the judge decided he'd had enough suffering. But still, he left Norfolk quickly for England. Mrs. Malone, after returning most of the stolen property, headed to Michigan in disgrace. Malone managed to get himself released from prison in 1918, but only on the condition that he traveled to France and joined the Canadian Army in the First World War. Rumor has it he was last seen acting as a concierge at a Parisian hotel. Sure beats prison. Just a final word on the Sovereign House. It's a lovely mixture of Italianate and Second Empire construction, as you can tell from the distinctive tower. It was built by Sylvanus Sovereign, who came north after fighting in the American Civil War to get into the dry goods business with his father. In our next episode, we will take you to Simcoe's only National Historic Site.